Let's geek out together with Alex and Steph. We love Doctor Who and Harry Potter and musicals too. Welcome to our podcast. Hello and welcome to the second episode of Let's Geek Out Together with your hosts, Steph
and Alex. Today's episode is Wild Blue Yonder.
Which it is. So this episode I thought was cool, with having David, the Doctor and Donna on a spaceship that they didn't know where they were, what was happening, and there was nobody there. So what do you think?
Yes, and it was like no one there, and it was like a mystery, and it was like it was in a wild place adventure. And then she ruined it with the TARDIS with a coffee, and they had to refix it with the and then the TARDIS disappeared.
Yeah.
And after that, they didn't know what to do.
Of course, yeah, and of course them bringing back the hostile action displacement system, or HADS, from past episodes, which was really great because that's a cool little touch to people that have experienced that. So yeah, what I also liked was that how Isaac Newton was actually in the episode, and they misplaced gravity with a mavity and it stuck.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I think has actually changed the whole dynamic of Doctor Who. Because of it isn't gravity anymore, because it's a different word, mavity. And I get it's weird that the Doctor doesn't recognise it.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on everything?
It was like I think the thing was when they had to they was fixing things up on the spaceship, and they had two. One was David and one was Donna, the Doctor and Donna, and they didn't know if it was the right one or not. And then she told her how she knew about him being a Time Lord.
Yeah.
I thought, how'd she know about all that about him?
I like that they actually did that, where they got into their heads and it's sort of like tricking them, where it's like you didn't really know if it was them, if it wasn't them, if it was. And when they split away, this is my media knowledge talking here, where they split away from what's called cutaways, and you didn't really know who was the real Doctor, who was the real Donna.
No.
And then you only truly found out when they got the fake Donna and the fake Doctor got inside of both Donna's and Doctor's head.
Yes, and they read the minds and they just and you had to close their minds up.
Yeah.
Then they just then they found out how slow motion. Yeah, everything went slow.
Yeah. Which was really good. I mean, the editing of putting them both together. Again, this is my digital media memories coming back. Editing them both together so they were both in the stunt double for David and the stunt double for Donna were both in the same scene and standing in, which was brilliant. and I loved all the little like callbacks, like the flux and just all the little quips and little stuff that they brought back in that episode.
And I know in this is it space car thing, hover car they was on.
Yeah.
And then they got chased by the two, don't they? And they got bigger and bigger.
Yeah. I like that bit because it was like you didn't really realise that had happened, because it was sort of, you didn't really know that there was an evilness side to these two, whatever they're called.
Aliens there was.
Yeah. But honestly, I did like that. Fast-paced, sort of, the two fighting off, well, the others getting bigger and trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, after that scene, the science behind it, which sort of got analytical at times, which normally is.
It's like things like robots come slower and slower.
Yeah.
The robot at the end starts, and then I found out why things gone slow.
Yes. Which it was really nice how they built up to that, which was like, it was all the stepping stones to know what those two the two other Doctor and Donna were. And it was nice that they eventually like built it up and built it up and built it up. Which was really good.
Yeah.
What other parts did you like about the episode?
I'd say when was it called? They saw that when they got back from the TARDIS later on, they saw Wilfred.
Of course, that was so nice that they put him in, because it was just a nice thing for Donna and the Doctor, and of course with whatever, after a month after he
passed away,
unfortunately passed away. Yeah. Go on, say what you say.
Yeah, it's like a nice, how's it called, a nice tribute to him. How he was good in Doctor, and how he was a lovely character to Donna's granddad, and how he was good, and how they gave him and we found out they gave him this is called the unit, gave him a home.
Yeah.
Care home. The unit paid that already because he was.
Yeah. And it was just nice to have him at the end of the episode, because it was like sort of a callback, and to know that he was actually okay, and that seeing him there was like sort of like a warm, nice thing for the Doctor.
Yeah.
Which was great. But also, going back later, back into the episode, what I also liked was the editing, digital media again, of course.
Yeah.
The editing, and what I didn't like was the poor editing around when David did he flipped back and his head was between his legs. That was such poor, for me at least, it was poor editing the way they did it. So they could have done that better, but they've had to do what they've had to do with the stunt double and David.
Yeah.
But also I liked how when their hands got bigger, they were actual 3D models that were built from the art department.
Yeah, there was a 3D models of some two people in it, or there was 2 people.
No, it was actually on the hand. There's a crank.
Ah.
So when David and Donna, or when David puts their hand in, there's like a crank in the middle of it. So all they have to do is press the crank, and their hand just flexes. That's how I think it's done, but I'm not quite sure. And then for Donna's leg, I think that's also on a hinge, and all Catherine has to do is literally just press it down like she does in the episode, and it hinges. Which is pretty good, because I love that sort of stuff where they show you behind the scenes of how they do and how they make the props from Doctor Who.
Yeah, I love that myself. It's like amazing how they give you all the bits and all the behind the scenes, how the camera scene, how they go from one scene to another, and that was a used where the spaceship was a used warehouse.
Yeah.
And it was nice how it was done, and it was just all. It was used by I think it was used in a film somewhere, an old film scene from some film they used it on, and it was you wouldn't know it was a warehouse. It was it was very realistic.
Yeah, and of course, with the SFX, like I said earlier, what I meant to say was that they actually did in-house SFX live with a screen, so they could see in real time where the Doctor and Donna was, so they mapped it out. They also mapped out the golf cart scene.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Where the big Doctor and Donna chased and did the hand things. They mapped that out, which I love. I mean, they have to do it anyway just to see what it looks like, which is brilliant because... And I love that they show you how they do it, because it gets fans like me and other fans excited to see how they did the episode and to break down how and why and explain everything, which is brilliant. Yeah. And of course, I love the new TARDIS. That's what I forgot to say in the first episode. I love the new TARDIS.
I love it, and I couldn't believe how he asked a question at the end with the Doctor did, and I said, she told you all the questions of all the what about the, and she said, I don't know I don't know them questions of the Time Lord and all that memory you gave me. I probably forgot all of it.
Yeah. Because I don't think would have been nice for Donna to remember that, because it would have literally killed her quicker.
Yeah.
And I don't think she would have lasted. And it was nice coming off the first episode, and then from then going to 1666 with Isaac Newton, and them two being the big nerds that they are.
Yes.
To a spaceship, which looks brilliant, I must say. Brilliant. And then having those two human things, whatever, try to get in their head and trying to burn the spaceship up with that robot, robot called Jimbo. Let's call him what the doctor calls him.
Yeah.
Jimbo.
Good idea. We don't want the name.
No. Which was a whole new language, which the doctor didn't realise to begin with.
No.
But of course, as the episode goes on, he realises what that language is, which is cool because the doctor slowly gets to realise things, as always.
Yes, he gets it in his mind what the problem was, what the problem is, and he gets it like a detective. Of course.
Which is brilliant because the doctor always tries to work things out all the time because he's a doctor, or she's a doctor at one point. But I loved that bit where the glass shield came down.
Yeah.
And they were both side by side. One side was questioning, other side was just completely
blank.
Didn't know. They didn't know what they were talking about. They didn't even know why they were there. The other two, the monsters. And they were trying to taunt them, which you expect the doctor to get angry. But he
didn't.
No, of course he didn't. So, did you like that scene?
Yeah, I loved it. It was like they were prisoners, and he was trying. The thing is, I think they just thought, let's just block our memory, and they was thinking, why are you doing Why are you doing that? They was thinking, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
They couldn't hear anything in their memory, and it was working, and I was going to go out and get to stop them with the bomb.
Yeah.
And then try and do that, and it was not, and they tried to close the door on them.
Yeah.
To block me out. It was. And they was getting a bit. At first. They knew they were speaking. They was getting some way of speaking to them.
Yeah, of course. It was cool that the other doctor tried to jog our doctor's mind with the very slow bomb. And I think it just sort of clicked for him in that moment. Because you can see in his head where he's connecting all the dots up. But I also forgot to mention a bit about the salt, with the line of salt. So.
Oh yeah, I think it's because it could have like a vampire line, but the problem is it didn't work because they could get over it.
Yeah.
He was thinking the wrong way. Vampires go over, or monsters go over, but they're not.
Yeah. And of course, it was nice for when. Also, the heartbreaking bit near the end. Donna gets confused with the monster and almost dies. Which was, well, the part leading up to it where they're all running is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you've got them all all of them together in one.
One was chasing, then one stopped them.
Yeah. What did you think about the fighting scene with both Donnas?
It was very, very interesting. Now she just, it was like a big cat fight together. Like one was going, and then she was trying to go ahead, just knock that one down. Then she got ahead, and then when they gone to go to he went to the TARDIS and he asked her, and he to check which Do you know who it was?
Yeah.
He took the monster talk, the alien Donna, and then said, "You love me. Where? Come, don't leave me here."
I know. And then that scene.
He's 99% corrupt.
Yeah.
Donna.
But before that, you see that scene where Donna's just in tears, and you see the glow. It breaks my heart, because it's like, you think Donna's gonna die, and you think it's like, but when, like you said, when the doctor finds out that she got like 99.9% of her hand, one arm is bigger.
Yeah.
And I love the moment where the new thing, where the TARDIS tipped. That was fantastic.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
It was brilliant. How the TARDIS is getting more bigger, and the staircases going around. The decor is good. I think just that they're doing it's a big massive, better than it used to be.
Yeah, definitely way better. And of course, in the ending, where the massive hug between both of the real Donna and Doctor was just like, knowing that they made it out alive. And
yes.
The lead up to the Giggle episode was like, with Wilf, as we said earlier, was brilliant, and the explosions and everything.
And that was just a bit of a thing. What the next episode's about? It was just.
Yeah. Right. So I think we've spoke about what we need to speak. So we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye. For now.